Welcome to this very late but still here version of Aaron Smith Can't Lose. Raining out here in New York City. Woo. I got some good people here. I got Barba back with me.
Thank you for having
back,
me.
ladies and gentlemen. He brought some friends.
Ooh.
We got Shari to my left.
Hotties.
Hi.
And we have Jen to my right, or whatever way you want to do it. Thanks, guys, for coming in. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
So, a lot to talk about, a few times to talk about. We'll do what we can when we get to it, and just go from there. So, State of the Union was last night. I was very high watching it because I think that's the only way you can actually, get through it. But to me, it was pretty much the same song and dance. Pretty much cut and dry. It was a little odd seeing Trump very calm because I've never seen that in like a while. Maybe he took his medicine that day. I don't know, but same bullshit. Honestly, I don't know. What are your thoughts about it? Anyone?
Honestly, I did not watch it. I
like many of
Well,
us.
we're glad you came on the show.
no, I was.
You didn't watch what the subject was.
Well, only
performing.
reason why I watched it because I needed something to talk about today. But I'm glad you guys came in. But quite honestly, it's the same song and dance, and we'll see. I mean, like he is who he is, and he's trying to say he says he wants to work with the Democrats. We'll see. I'm not too sure about that. Because he's like night and day. So.
I loved him. I thought he was fantastic last night, and I thought that not just that the Democrats.
So was I.
He was crushing, and I thought the Democrats were into him. I was like, finally, Trump is acting the way he's supposed to be acting. A president should be acting. He still was a little bit. He still had his little tendencies of the negativity on the other side. Yeah, but that's what's the problem is he doesn't. You don't have to make these people feel badly because they do things or feel things differently than you feel, and he tends to do that. And I think he did it as little as possible last night. And I thought the Democrats were real cool because they were kind of trying to work with him for the first time, like clapping and not making faces. Although what's her name did
Pelosi,
Kazi or whatever her name. I don't know.
I think her face is just stuck like that. Honestly, I mean, every time I see her, she's got that. I mean, don't get me wrong, she's decent looking, but my thing is like, she always has that scowl on her. I'm like, you're too young to be looking like that, honestly.
Right. Which,
but to each their own.
Yeah, so I thought it was good, but of course, these are politicians, and Trump is becoming a politician. He's getting good at that, and
did a couple of lines before the
but it was cool to see the Democrats like reacting in a positive way. So I just felt like there's a lot of positivity going to come from this. I hope things change, and I hope he's changed enough now being president that he's not such an ass like he has been in his speeches. I think that there's a lot of positivity going forward. I hope it continues.
It's kind of like in wrestling, because Trump is a fan of wrestling and he's a friend of Vince McMahon. You know how you get to work the crowd over, and you want to get what they call is heat, and basically you say something to piss the fans off, and he does a lot of that. Yeah. He did the exact opposite of that. He kind of try to work the crowd, try to get them on his side and stuff like that. So we'll see. I still don't trust him as far as I can throw him. I don't want to throw my back out because he's kind of big, but we'll see. So we have Jen Neesens. Welcome to the show, first time, and we have Shari. I don't know your last name.
Linick.
Shari Linick. Oh, I like that. That's kind of like interesting.
Jen's thinking about doing comedy for the first time.
Really?
She's never done stand-up.
Why?
Because I like taking hits to my self-esteem.
Oh, okay. Well, that's unfortunate, but more power to you. I mean, I appreciate you guys coming to the show. So, what is the what's your stick? Like, what's your your whole bit? What do you like to talk about? Like to joke about?
The
dating, cats.
Mm-hmm. You date cats?
Well, I could if I would.
Is it tuxedos or I don't know? Just joking, but that's cool. So, have you been to any shows lately, or you tried any open mics or something like that?
Nope.
Oh, okay. So you're just fresh out the gate.
This woman can't stop talking to me 9 to 5, and you get her on the show, she's clams up. Let's go, pop it.
You got to give her some time, Ron. You can't just rush into things. Give her a chance. We'll get back to you, Jen. Relax, get yourself ready. Enjoy your little Diet Coke. I drink that too. But Shari.
Yes.
So you are a comedian.
Yes.
Okay. So how long have you been in the biz?
Since I came out of the womb, but in reality, I did it for about 5 years, and I got a start in Boston and
Nice.
did it there, and then
Are you originally from Boston?
yes, and then I
Pats.
moved. Yeah, go Pats.
Not on my show.
The Kennedys.
Nick's hat.
As I look,
That show, that we're gonna get to that game. That game was so freaking boring, but we'll get to
Oh,
that.
boring.
I'm looking at your Knicks hat, so I guess this wouldn't be a good time to say how good the Celtics are. Anyway.
If they can survive, their injuries, maybe they might actually get to the finals this year. But let's go there. You just got here. Stay on my good side. I'm just fucking with you. But I hate all Boston teams, but you're okay. Keep going.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So I got my start there, and then moved to New York in 2000 to pursue acting. And
Okay.
I went to school and basically just got back into it last November. I did it for 5 years. I was actually voted, because unfortunately I live in New Jersey, so I was voted
Oh,
one of the.
So sorry.
Thank you.
Great actress. She just played a dead person in a music video.
No,
She showed me on the way over.
That's
here.
what's up.
How was it?
In Jersey?
No, in Boston actually.
Oh, okay.
With
What part of Jersey is that?
Cliffside Park,
Oh, okay, I know familiar with
Bergen
that.
County. Yeah, Fort Lee. Like, it's over the
Awesome.
bridge.
Yeah,
I
not
know-
too far.
I get home when people are always saying, "Oh my God, you're in Jersey? That's so far." I get
It's
home.
literally a bridge ride, but whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think they're gasping because I say New Jersey.
It's not like it's Pennsylvania where it's like a 2 or 3 hour ride. You just go across the GWB and you're there.
Exactly.
But most people
Not
are
like you're inviting them over anyhow. Like what they
that
have to
too.
worry about.
There's some creepers out there. You got to be careful.
You ever bring someone back to Jersey?
Yeah, but usually I'm a New York girl, and I think it was like 1 or 2 times, and that isn't even in recent years. But anyway, I met someone, and that's how I wound up. I lived in Hoboken, which is cool, and
Is
somehow
it?
he lived Hoboken. Cool. Yeah, I like Hoboken.
Okay.
Because I was able to get in the city anytime I want. Didn't have to rely on New Jersey Transit bus schedules.
Oh.
So I've lost track, but just got back into it. I was actually voted one of the funniest female comics in 2007
Awesome.
in New Jersey, and I just got back into it last November, and just hitting up the mics like Jen will be doing real soon.
Yep.
Hitting up the mics, seeing what works, what doesn't work, and give it my shot.
And Shari does a great baby impression, which hopefully we'll be able to get out of her. That's the kind of thing, again, we say for the end of the show, but maybe she wants to do it now.
No, do it
It's
to
up
the
to
end
you.
of the show.
I mean,
The
I
end of
think,
It's
but
killer.
Make
you
your
know,
audience wait.
Yes.
What? Oh yes, the 5 people that is watching this right now on Facebook Live.
The one person.
My mother probably, but hi mom. But anyway, Jen, this is basically pretty much what it is. If you want to get into things, the open mics are the best thing. It's pretty much like the dojo. That's what I kind of call it. Where you train yourself and get your things out. See what works, what doesn't work. Sometimes maybe trade jokes. I wouldn't recommend that with a lot of
Do what?
comedians. Trade jokes, go back and forth.
Okay.
Stuff like that. Try whatever works because when you're first starting out, you just basically just see whatever goes with it, and you go from there. Whatever works. Because you're just starting out, so you're going to pretty much try everything. So eventually, we were trying to see.
I'm not going to try everything.
Well, that's up to
That
you,
was my last
but
date.
it is what it is. But in an open mic, there's no pressure. So basically, you're in a bunch of comedians. Where instead of not being in front of a crowd, where if you're just for your first time out, then everybody bombs. Every comedian has bombs, and once you get over that, you're fine. But you'll get to that bridge when you cross it, because you're just starting off. You're getting your feet wet, and there's nothing wrong with that.
That's great. Welcome.
You'll cross
Thank
that
you.
George Washington Bridge when you get to it.
I'll give you a sheet of garlic for your neck, a couple of steaks. You'll be all right.
Well, the first time I taught a spin class, I screwed up and I left the room. I got so scared I ran out. So,
Well, you teach spin?
yeah,
Didn't you say that they only give you a 3-minute audition? What was it?
that's the longest you get. They're going to cut you off.
How many people in the
Wow.
class?
Oh, there were like 25 people giving each other dirty looks
Really?
during this audition.
Oh wow.
What do you teach? What have you done? How long you been teaching spin? Where'd you get that outfit from? What kind of music do you play? How old are you? Did you go to musical theater school?
This is spin class. This isn't like the Lincoln Center. Like
You
what
tell
the fuck?
Equinox that.
I actually, I
Jesus.
Equinox spin. I love it. That's competitive.
Flywheel even better.
What's that?
You can come to our open ride. Oh, I'm so excited to audition. Oh no. You're not coming to the audition. You're going to come and ride. And we're going to watch you ride. Then we're going to decide.
That sounds so sexual.
yeah, like my last date.
Wait, you ride?
We're going to watch you ride.
Ron and I
Oh.
recently watched someone ride, but
Yeah, we
finish
were watching
them.
it.
We're going to watch you ride on
More
the
than I need to know,
indoor
but all right,
spin
that's
bike, going nowhere, to decide how you do. And then if we like how you ride the indoor spin bike going nowhere, then we'll let you audition.
To teach
Excuse me?
spin.
That's
What?
a lot of work for
To
her.
Teach spin?
To teach,
Do you
really?
mean to press play on the Spotify and tell people to pedal on an indoor bike going nowhere?
You see it. It looks in LA.
That's
I saw
ridiculous.
That. Some weird stuff. I just saw like but that leader. But they get into it. Those people. Do you get into it?
Because I don't give a shit. I hate spin.
All right. All right, guys, we're going to get back to that. We have a phone call. Hello, you're on the air.
Do we really?
Hello. No?
Prank call.
Prank call?
Jen, I actually,
My ex-wife? No.
I do secret shopping, and I had to secret shop Equinox one day.
Did
And
you
was
love
the
it?
Spin.
Oh.
I loved it, but I was psyched about getting the eucalyptus scented towels after spin class.
And the Kiehl's facial cream.
Yes.
I used to steal that
I have
stuff.
Kiehl's. I went into Kiehl's and got some facial.
Well, go into Equinox with a container and just fill
What
it up.
the
Yeah.
fuck is Keels? I don't
Kiehl's. What is Kiehl's?
It's like the best skin cream.
Yeah.
I
It's the
feel like
oldest,
I'm giving
but-
them a plug here.
in the city. It's one of the oldest skincare companies. It's on like 13th and 3rd, I think, or something. I just happened to walk in there, and these beautiful women behind the desk. They're dressed like lab technicians, but they're just regular employees
With perfect skin.
with perfect skin.
You know why their skin is perfect?
They use the
Botox.
Kiehl's.
Lasers.
Oh.
Lasers and Botox.
Botox.
Oh, they sold their soul.
Aaron, I had been saying about what Ron and I saw at the Super Bowl party
Right.
across the street from his building. A whole bunch of us watched this couple getting freaky who left the window.
Oh, really? So they were exhibitionists.
Yeah, they were, because the blinds were open and the lights were on, and they were just going at it like porn stars. And
Well-
we had binoculars out. People were going crazy. It was funny.
Probably a lot better than the halftime show.
Oh my god!
I was
that
just going to say that.
oh my god!
Like I really wasn't interested in the game because of the teams I was playing, but realistically, I was another show I wanted to watch, and it was at halftime, so I really had to watch the first half just to get to this shit. And I'm like, trying to stay up, trying to stay awake, and I'm like, this shit is boring. I'd rather watch a dog lick his balls. Like, this is ridiculous. But Patriots won, obviously, and like that wasn't like I expected more out of the Rams. I really did, especially they were talking so much shit, especially after basically they shouldn't have been there in the first place. But it is what it is, But whatever. I guess they'll go have some Happy Meals at the White House.
Yeah, that's Trump's
That's-
guy, right? Because Trump won big. Because doesn't he and Brady love each other, or Belichick?
Apparently,
they're all like the same.
They're all like in
They're all
the
the
same
same
gang.
guy.
Yeah, pretty much.
But
They're all like, I guess I guess Brady is like the young version, and then you got Belichick in the middle, and then there's Trump. I guess that's like an evolution of something like Pokemon or something like that. I don't know. But it is to each their own. Yes, I am a Knicks fan, unfortunately, and they are horrible, and they've been horrible for a very long time. But they got rid of Kristaps Porzingis, which I'm very happy for,
Oh, you're
because,
happy? Okay.
because I mean, realistically, he was a good player, but he never was around. He was always hurt, and he had the dexterity of a burnt roach, and he was always hurt. But you're always complaining. I'm like, what was it? You didn't like where you were living. You didn't get the right call girls. You couldn't get the language correct. Now you got traded to Dallas, so I hope you know how to ride a horse. You're like 7'1", but good luck with that. But I don't know. I mean, they've been rebuilding forever, and I don't.
They got a sick.
It
they
is
have a
what it
mental
is.
sickness.
Like, it's the ownership.
That's what it is.
Once if act of God Dolan leaves, then the team will be better. But
in our
it's
lifetime.
never going to happen. Yeah, you're absolutely
So
right.
sick. He has a mind. The place still packs out. Like, I don't know why people don't boycott the Knicks.
Because-
like, boycott going to the games.
Because it's the atmosphere. They don't come to see the Knicks. They come to see
know.
everybody else.
Yeah, I know.
They
You're
come
right.
to see
You're right, to
the
look
Lakers,
good.
the
Yeah.
Warriors. They see the kids. It's
the
an
money.
attraction, and it'll always be an attraction.
Yeah, and that
but the
must
thing
be-
is, the Nets are in a playoff contention, and they are actually,
They're good.
They're pretty good. And Barclays have stole a lot of shows with them. They had the Ringling Brothers before they went out.
Oh, yeah.
They have the WWE, which I'm very fans
I saw the
fans
Islanders
of.
play
You
there.
know,
I saw
yeah,
the
when they
Islanders
were
play.
there. So
Yeah.
Barclays, they're coming
I like
up.
Barclays is nice.
You know,
Barclays is
so
nice.
I don't
They
know.
did the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame at Barclays. So.
That too. I think they're trying to do it again this year, if I'm not mistaken.
Nice.
Who's the class this year? I'm not sure.
I have no idea. No idea.
We'll get to that. We'll get that. So we're gonna take a little break. We're gonna talk a little bit more, and I have Jen, I have Shari, I have Ron, and this is Aaron Smith, and I can't lose. We'll be right back.
Listen up when I talk. I'm giving you the realest. I'm giving you my heart. This could take you to the dealership. Cop the whip that you want. Don't come back with that Honda. Have a whip game so proper. They looking up when they talking down. Cause you know that they don't approve if you don't let it show. But we got nothing to prove, man. In the streets like we got nothing to lose, man. My homies are rolling, pushing the whip like it's stolen. I fall in the morning. My homies are rolling, pushing the whip like it's stolen. I fall in the morning. Zoning, at 4 in the morning. Yeah, I'm zoning. At 4 in the morning. My homies are rolling, pushing the whip like it's stolen. At 4 in the morning. At 4 in the morning. My homies are rolling.
I just finished bartending and it's 3 a.m. Heard you out the after party with your girlfriends. I like your girlfriends there, but the life every time I'm in the building, man, they on the white girl rockin' her. Her favorite song is Chingy right there. She got an X-Man like a scissor, but she stick to the script like a doctor. I brought some ramen, pineapple to my ting. She said, please keep it quiet, my roommates are sleeping. So I'm quietly creeping under the bed, I'm overachieving. In tango, Shazia, but you got a key. I like him when you spit Portuguese to me. Then I got a text from a man saying, where you at, we got a dip. It's 4 a.m.
My homies are rolling, pushing the whip like it's stolen. At 4 in the morning. At 4 in the morning. My homies are rolling, pushing the whip like it's stolen. At 4 in the morning. At 4 in the morning. Zoning, at 4 in the morning. Yeah, I'm zoning. At 4 in the morning. My homies are rolling, pushing the whip like it's stolen. At 4 in the morning. At 4 in the morning. My homies are rolling.
Jesus Christ, that was a heavy night. What went on? It's moments like this where I take a step back and I think about all the things that are good in my life and all the things that could possibly come in the future.
You can love control. Turn it up, here we go. Let the music take control. Turn it up, here we go. Let the music take control. Turn it up, here we go. Let the music take control. Party life, party life, party life, party life. Enjoy the party life. Party life, party life, party life, party life. Enjoy the party life.
We're back. We're back. We were talking on the break about Liam Neeson, the actor. He said some kind of strange things about this weird fantasy about him killing a random black person. Apparently, maybe something had happened with his family. I'm not too sure, but I just read the story about, a couple hours ago, when I was home. So, honestly, like, there's, if you feel that way, you feel it's going away, it's messed up, it's unfortunate, but there's certain things you just shut the fuck up and keep to yourself. And, when you're in a spotlight like that, and, especially with the current climate, with, this orange clusterfuck that's in the White House, and, all these crazy things that are happening, there's certain things that you shouldn't be saying. And, I mean, I've dealt with bullshit like that in my life. And, quite honestly, it's the point like, if you're not putting hands on me, I don't care. But, you could talk to your, to your face and to your blue. As long as you're not physical, I really don't care. But my problem with Liam Neeson is that there's something about it that I actually looked up to. That was a good actor. And, I seen Taken 1, 2, 3, and all the other movies that are pretty much taken without saying the word taken, because that's all the role he can honestly play. But, I kind of lost respect for him. So, guys, feel free to chime in.
People who are public figures like that, right? Like a Roseanne, they should know.
Oh, she's an asshole.
Right,
she's been like that forever, though.
Yeah.
But any of them. Like, this is basic life skills.
Right.
Shut up. It's just basic life skills, I think.
Right? Yeah, I agree. I mean, it comes to the point where it's like, you have to watch what you say, and you have to say what you. But like, I wouldn't say that. I would say pick your battles. I would not necessarily, because I'm not one to hold my tongue either. But I know when it's not a right place to say certain things.
Right.
If you're making millions of dollars,
I wish I was. You're
not going to say that on
exactly,
TV, sitting here with us and one listener. It's fine.
I'll say it in private with my friends. But there's certain things that you couldn't really be saying out in public. That was a dumb move.
I say very inappropriate things to my friends that I wouldn't say.
To somebody that you wouldn't know, or somebody that out in the public, if you're on TV and you're doing an interview,
it would definitely insult people.
Exactly, especially people being so soft, like McDonald's ice cream, like ridiculous. But we'll get to that.
And also, I think that where he said, he wanted to kill a black bastard, and he went on this tirade. It's almost like Mel Gibson when he went on that tirade against the Jews.
Yeah, there's another one.
He's racist. There's for the fact that he said that, and there's no excuse. At least Mel Gibson tried to cover it up, saying he was drunk, blah, blah, blah. It's obviously something that you think all the time. And
these people,
inside voice.
Just like the guy who, I think it was the Virginia governor, who had some picture came out with his, I guess his old high school yearbook where he was in blackface and all that stuff. Yeah. I'm like, dude, you just admitted you did that. Especially from the deep South, you get a lot of slant on that. And enough's enough already, and just deal with it. Just man up. Like, you got caught. So but with Mel Gibson, I'm like, you're running around calling you're a Christian, and you made the passion, all that other stuff. But you're talking about Nazis and all this other kind of crap. So what the hell? I don't know. It's you can take certain things for a grain of salt if you really. That's how I see it. I don't know how you guys do.
I just think it's fascinating that people just naturally make mistakes like that, manifest them in public, and you're like, you're just amazed. Like, don't you know? Or just everyone that's gone under because they got tweeted or emailed or texted, and then it's like, you're a public person. Anything you say on any of those levels or text, it goes in and immediately gets judged and brought out. And that, so what is it?
And then you're shocked.
Like Roseanne was the big one, because Are you kidding me?
It was the Ambien.
Yes, to blame it on Ambien.
Of course it was.
That would have helped because she would have just been asleep and
Right?
But
She
it's
was
all
trying to
hidden.
get high. That's all it
exactly.
The stuff is real in these people, though, that they really do feel that, and they just don't.
But then they hide it, right? Oh, I didn't mean it. Yeah, you did.
was. Like, I didn't mean that. Like I said, I didn't mean to smoke that bowl before I left, but I did. But, you know, my problem is like I said, you know, people need to stop making excuses and just man up, just
Yeah.
woman
Yeah,
up,
stop.
and just
Own
deal
it.
with it. You know, and to take the slack. Like Kevin Hart, he took the slack, and then he kind of backpedaled. And that's another one, like, I used to have some respect for, but now I'm kind of like, you know, I mean, say what you mean with how you feel. Even if it is wrong. And there's certain things that you shouldn't say in public, so that you keep to yourself. I wish our president would say that, but it is what it is.
Right, it's true.
But I don't know. We're in a whole new world there with that stuff, and it's going to continue. Somebody's going to do stupid shit, you know,
Always.
till the end of time.
It never
So,
stops.
At
but
least man up. That's
you
what
know,
he's saying.
or woman up.
Yeah, it's like
Woman
what,
up.
You know.
I mean, when Clinton did that in
Either
the White
or.
House, I was just
Right.
like, if he had just said, "Hey, look, I did it," you know, me personally, I would be like, "That's cool. That's cool. That's cool he did." But to keep hiding and keep
No,
going, you
no.
know, and everybody knows it. It's okay. We know it.
Right, like
It's
back,
all right.
like remember
Just say it. Say you
exactly.
did it.
Remember the whole Clinton thing. You know, I didn't do it. Then he said, "Oh, I
did
may
not
have
have
did it
sex with that
to the
woman."
woman,
That's
but
amazing.
I had a sexual incident with an appropriate." I said, "Okay, you know, see, I could never be in politics because I'm too honest and too blunt. So I'll be like, yeah, I stuck that cigar up for a twat. Next question."
But I think you get so much more respect that way too. I just feel like when people own up to stuff, even if it's freaky stuff or something, say, yeah, I did it, you know. But I'm not gonna lie and say I didn't do it. I did it. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
maybe there was wrong that I did it, but I will admit that I did it. So many of them are so afraid of just saying the truth.
Well, I always own up. I had a job and everyone was getting laid off. And my boss got laid off. And I couldn't stand her. And I was making jokes about her getting fired. You know, oh, sorry, karma. She hated me. And then they said, did you do that? And I said, yeah. And then they said, you're fired.
Yep.
But I owned up to it.
Yeah,
I have
You're
no.
one of the few, Jess.
it's true.
There's a lot of people that
And it
wouldn't do
was
that.
funny that she got fired after she
Right.
kept trying to lay me off like 5 times,
That's
and then she
funny.
got canned before me. So come on, maybe not the right audience or environment
But
to
it-
make
it-
the
It just
jokes.
goes to show
Pick
you,
your
though,
spots,
that
yeah.
so many people are afraid to tell the truth. They're
But it-
fascinated.
She was such
or
a
at least their
bitch.
truth. But I'm saying just to say their truth.
You were making
Because they're hiding, they don't want to say the truth because they need that, keep that job or keep that level with people. But in the end, it comes back 10 times against them once it's uncovered.
and
They
really,
fucking just say it.
how could you, Jen? How could you? But nobody liked her. We all wanted her gone.
Yeah, fuck
I,
her.
I
Yeah.
didn't do
Oh,
anything.
there's
cares?
so many bosses in New
You
York.
have to. The
Pretty much.
recruiter
You
called.
don't want to be a boss in New York though, because you got to be an asshole.
You pretty do. Shari, would you like to chime in?
No, just letting
Fuck it.
Jen.
All right.
No, basically though, look at how Kevin Spacey blamed being gay.
Oh my God! On a pedophile, he was a pedophile, but he said, "Oh wait, by the way, I'm gay." It's like, but that doesn't have to do with you being
Right, exactly.
a pedophile.
Right. You know.
That was amazing that he made that connection because he's this very sophisticated man. For him to say, "Hey, well, if I just say that I'm gay right now, that's gonna get
him out of
get
being.
me
Yeah.
off the case of a pedophile."
Like, nah, dude. House of Cards sucked like 3 seasons ago. You're not over anymore.
And it's bad enough. I have friends who are gay. It's bad enough that they get a bad rep. You know, people are homophobic, and there's idiots out there who think that gay men or whatever there's something wrong with them and that they're just not normal. So by Kevin Spacey saying that, the backwards people are like, I knew there was something wrong with them gay
You're
folk.
right.
I
Right.
knew
He even
it. I'm telling
dragged.
you."
Right. He even threw gays under the bus right there.
Yeah.
In a way. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to save his own ass.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Hey.
No pun intended.
No. Oh.
Sorry.
That's what she said. But anyway, I mean, like, you know, you gay. That's your deal. I mean, more
Exactly.
pussy for me. So, I mean, it don't bother me none. You know, I don't really give a fuck.
Pedophilia and gay are not connected.
Definitely not in the same boat.
Not on the
Definitely
same
not.
plane, right?
Not even. But, you know, I mean,
they're
I mean, you got priests in the Catholic Church that are pedophilic but not gay,
yeah. That's
Is that right?
quote.
quote unquote.
Oh. That's the way. Yeah.
Look at let's, if it's okay, let's list the celebrities who will no longer be respected. I have no respect for Liam Neeson, which
Obvious, yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
No,
I'm sorry.
He's one of those actors that you think of top actors, and Liam Neeson was always on that. Oh, I love Liam Neeson.
Seems like a nice guy, right?
Yeah.
Like a
Yeah, he
well
seemed all right.
respected.
It's always the quiet ones.
Yep. So
It's always something.
let's see. There was Liam Neeson, Mel Gibson, Kevin Spacey, Roseanne Barr. I never
liked her
I never
anyway.
liked her
That
either.
fat skinny bitch. Fuck her.
What she did on the American Anthem, and then Ron had mentioned Michael Richards.
What did he do?
You know
Well,
what?
he killed himself in a minute. I mean, think about that
What'd he do?
insanity. He chopped N-bombs left and right in a club. But if I'll tell you what, if it didn't have it on phone,
he would never
he
know
would
about
be
it.
okay. They might have said it, but he could have denied it.
When was
But
this?
This
this
was
is years
what,
ago.
10, 15
Where
years
have I
ago.
Were you
been?
across the country? Yeah, this is the
This
biggest
is a long
thing
time
in the
ago.
news.
But my thing with, like you said, I've been heckled before, and there's a way of handling it. You can't go off the rails on people because the motherfuckers is crazy. I'm crazy too, but I would like to get out the building. But my thing is this, he shouldn't have did it that way. I understand, and there are random trolls everywhere. I deal with them online when I'm playing video games, and my solution to that is just get out the room, or they have like game rooms. I just leave because I don't want to be bothered. They're talking, oh, your mother this month, like a little 7-year-old told me to go fuck myself, and I was like, wow, okay, really. I said you probably don't even know how to fuck yourself right now. You're 7 years old.
I get that in chess, believe it or not. In chess games, out of nowhere, someone will start talking the worst smack to me.
Oh, yeah.
The lowest things in the world. I'm like, first of all, how do you have time? We're playing a quick game of 3 minutes each. How do you have time to write that into me?
You
And
play
why would
chess?
Yes, but why in the world would you do that? Why would you?
Some people just have no lives.
There are people online that just love to attack.
Exactly. And like I said, I had to literally take
Sick.
off my messenger off of PS4 because I would get all kind of crazy, like, because I played the Friday the 13th game, the Jason game, and it's basically a survival game. It's one of the two. I said it on the show before. It's you're either the counselor running from Jason, or you're Jason killing the counselors. Yeah, it's a real game.
I'm not a gamer, but that sounds like
That sounds
fun.
great.
But you start off with 8 people. One of you is Jason. The 7 people have to do 1 or 2, 3 things: escape, call the police, or if you're bold and brazen, kill Jason. But the only way to kill Jason is to get that. I think the one guy that killed him in the movies. But anyway, so like I am going to town. Like I killed like 4 people in a row. The next thing I hear is, your mother's a bitch. I said, so is yours, but she's sucking my head. You have a good night.
You got to do it fast to get in.
And I just keep it moving.
They
like
love to keep
but
going.
I'm like, why are you still talking? You're dead in the game. Like, really. Like I said, I was gonna buy this crazy headset for like $90. Get that. I bought the $20 one. I'm not dealing with this nonsense like crazy. But there are a lot of actors, there are a lot of actresses, a lot of people, and there's a lot of normal people in general that are just douchebags and cunt bubbles and stuff like that. And it's just bad. Like I try to avoid it, and I try to do it. Like I said, if a lot of people met me 5 years ago, they probably wouldn't like me. I've gotten a lot better with my temper and my patience.
I met you 5 hours ago, and I don't like you.
That's perfectly fine. You can get off my show.
All right, see ya.
I love you.
I like you. I think you're awesome.
It's all right. I'm very sarcastic, very blunt. It's like, you're awesome too. You guys are more welcome anytime. But yeah, fuck Liam Neeson.
Well,
To wrap things
Natasha
up.
Richardson used to, but we won't get it. No, that's horrible.
Who?
Natasha Richardson.
Oh,
Was she an actress too?
She was. She died
ski accident,
in a
right?
very bad ski accident.
Oh, that's
Yes,
right.
Yeah.
Maybe he got issues with that, and like go see a therapist or something.
Maybe he should play the Friday the 13th game and just start shooting.
No, well, he could be like, you black bastard, you killed me. No, I'm good. I'm good.
Did they have the characters in that video game, like the blonde tripping and like the gratuitous?
Yeah, basically, they every counselor has different like stats and things that they're good at. Some people are good at repairing cars. Some good at people at being running and all that other stuff. Some people are good at hitting Jason. Tommy Jarvis, the one that the one that killed him in the part 4 and 6, he's the only one that can kill Jason. The tall blonde white guy.
I didn't watch it. I think past 2 or 3.
Well,
I didn't even realize there was more.
There are 10.
Like 12. Oh.
10.
Oh my god! How many times can you kill this guy? Like,
Well, he's like a super zombie, so I don't know.
It's like Jason
The
versus
box
Freddy.
office
The
will
box
tell you.
office will tell you, and then they're trying to remake it anyway.
oh, they have like too many of them.
Do it a
Freddy-
musical theater of Friday the 13th.
Friday
Are they
13th, the
really?
musical? Why not?
That would be a great one.
I think Kane Hodder would be down for that because he's played Jason like the most out of all of them.
I have your machete.
Playing
no,
Jason, there's no role there. He's a mascot, right?
Yeah.
Imagine
Well-
the guy. Is he
well-
going to parties like I'm the guy that plays Jason?
Well, there's actually
that's what I could say.
There was a funny thing that actually happened. He was on the Arsenio Hall show many years ago, and he came as character as Jason,
that's
and
funny.
it was hilarious. You can check this on YouTube. And Arsenio Hall was interviewing him as Jason, and it was the funniest thing ever because he was like, "So what's new, man?" And he's like, like
That's
this
the
fucking
easiest
Jason,
character to play.
So
What a gig.
Yeah, I have a shirt. I actually bought a shirt from Amazon, and it actually kind of got me in some trouble because it has Jason on it and it says "No Lives Matter."
Oh my god.
But to Jason, nobody's
Right,
life
right.
does
Well,
matter. It
that's
doesn't
why
matter
it
if you're
works.
black, white, or polka dot. He's
That's
gonna
why
kill
it's
you
clever.
all.
That's why it's
so
clever.
I'm like, why would you write? I'm like, why would you write that? Like, okay, I have a lot of T-shirts. I have a Freddie one that says "Stay woke." That's who I am.
Freddie one? That says
Yeah,
that? That's
basically, it basically has him like this, and it says "Stay woke."
Stay woke.
But that's just how, like I said, I like cool, quirky T-shirts like that.
I did a comedy show this past Halloween. So the next day on my social media, I took Michael Myers and I put a microphone in his hand. And I said, I worked with this guy last night. He always kills.
Quonk, quonk. Hilarious.
Here's a trivia question. I know you guys most likely know it. You're just seeing. Who
Shoot.
is Mike Myers' mask? Which actor is that modeled?
Wasn't that Captain Kirk?
Yep, William
William
Shatner.
Shatner.
Wow.
Yep,
That's
William
great trivia.
Shatner.
Never heard
Yeah.
that.
Really?
No.
That's William
Basic,
Shatner's face.
they basically
Shatner's
spray painted it
face.
white and they stretched out the eyes and everything. I remember
Yep.
that.
But why William Shatner? He's the most horrifying look.
There you go.
It worked. It's
I
still
know.
working. I mean, they just had
Shatner got paid.
They
He
just
got
had
paid
the
every
they just
time?
had the I guess the remake or the new movie last year with I guess it was like no it was the actual sequel because none of the sequels count now because that movie that came out last year is a direct sequel to the original.
Oh god.
Yeah, I saw it. It was all right. Like, she was old, she was crazy. She had like a barricade on her door and everything, and she had all these trap doors and stuff. And she had Jamie Lee Curtis character.
Okay, I did not get a chance to see that.
Don't wait till it comes on like DVD or something. It's not worth the $10.
Oh.
Like I saw it with my ex, and it was like really like, something when you like I can't wait to watch this on Netflix kind of movie. But yeah, but it is what it is.
I have no desire really to see it. There's only so many times that Jason meets whatever. I've forgotten what Jamie Lee Curtis's character's name is.
Laurie.
Laurie. There's
Yeah.
only so many times they can.
Yeah, and then I mean, even all movies are kind of now. Like I have to really be into something to really watch it. I'd rather just stay home and just or just wait till it comes out on DVD. It's going to come out in DVD in a couple months anyway. So like, what's the point? If I really want to go see it, then I will. But I probably won't.
Or you could just find websites that are illegal and find the movie on there.
Oh,
and
you trying to
download.
get me locked up?
I would
don't know
never
about
do that. I would never advise that.
But
ever,
you're funding terrorism. The crazy thing, like you're funding terrorism if you're that pirate. I said no. I'm funding that guy that's probably trying to feed his kid. But whatever,
It's called Terrarium, so I'm told.
What's that?
It's an app on your Fire Stick, and you can stream all new movies and television shows. So I've been told.
Terrarium.
Terrarium. I gotta.
It's an app. The app is called Terrarium.
Yep. So you download it to your Amazon Fire Stick.
It's just for the Fire Stick because I don't have one.
Neither do
I have
I.
a PS4.
You could probably download it there. You could because
I have a TV.
And then just free.
you just search,
Everything.
pulls everything.
Oh,
up.
that's
I'll check it out. I mean, I have a
So
friend.
I've been told.
Yeah, we don't know the
I
views
don't know
and
the
opinions
truth
of
about
Jen
this.
Nelson does not,
Yes,
you know,
reflect-
the Aaron
Aaron
reflect
can't
as
lose.
lose. So
Aaron-
You guys can't see it, but there's
Can't
fine
lose.
print. Blinking. I have a friend who gets the movies while they're in the theater.
That's what it is. Terrarium while they're in the theater.
What they film?
what,
They
like
go in there with
like
the
a camera, like back old school, like in the back.
It's
that
a stream
and-
from
That's
all
what they
over the
do.
world.
Yeah, the stream, and so once in a while you see,
You see the-
Russian.
You see the heads go back and forth.
It's not that bad. It's not
Oh,
that
okay.
bad, but like a lot of them have subtitles on them and like in different languages.
Okay.
And so that's the benefit of watching a movie at the theater as opposed and spending the money as opposed to not knowing what you're going to see online.
I totally understand. One time I got a critic's copy and I was shocked. Like I said, they said, "Do not show this to anyone" at the bottom and stuff. I'm like, whoa, okay. Like it was. I think it was Django Unchained. I think I got from the guy. I'm like, where'd you get this from? I don't want to know.
I'm a member of SAG.
Nice.
So we get our screeners every year, and the things keep popping up. You're being tracked. There's a tracking device, so only you can watch this movie on your device. But
We're watching you
Yeah.
from the toilet.
Exactly.
Shit like that.
yeah, so
That's
I
crazy.
mean, they just have to, and do not loan this to anybody.
We
Meanwhile,
will
every
find you. Like
Yep,
shit like
yep.
that, right?
We'll
Every
know
year.
who it was.
every year, my friends, are you done with your screeners yet?
Well, I'm maybe not. I don't know if I want to join SAG now. They're all gonna be all my business like that.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's just they're not gonna follow you, but if they make you feel like you're being followed.
I get
because every
followed
2
by the
minutes-
police all the time. It's fine. Lisa,
Me
Lisa,
too.
Lisa B started. But
Oh, okay, just got that.
yeah, hilarious. If I wasn't drunk, I wouldn't get that too. But
I'm not drunk. I'm stoned.
I wait till I get home to do that. Shit, there'd be no show if I had did both. I'd be like, look at you, sons of bitches, you back bastards,
You back blaster. I'm Liam Neeson.
I don't know who you are, but I will find you and I will kill you, you black bastard. Just trying to, you got to make light of certain things, stuff like that. Some people will get offended by every little thing, and that's why I can't really hang out with a lot of people. I have like 2 friends out of everything, so, but it is what it is.
Everybody cries over everything now.
Yeah.
You can't say
I'm
anything.
offended.
Very
Like,
sensitive. Very sensitive.
like I said, soft like McDonald's ice cream and broke like the machine. Ridiculous.
I had done a show, and afterwards, one of the people in the audience said, "I want you to know you offended me." And I looked at her and I said, "Well, you shouldn't be at a comedy show."
I'm like, you paid though, right? Like, what did you come for? You were expecting like, a rabbit out of a hat or something? Like, this is my thing with people that come to comedy shows, and I do this with my shows as well. I put on the flyer, parental advisory, explicit content. If you can't get that,
You actually do that? You give that courtesy? That's very
then
good.
I don't know what to tell you.
That's really good of you.
I don't know
Most
what to
people
tell
never
you.
do
Like,
that.
and I put it all in the shows and everything. I said, this is for mature audiences only. Leave your soft cussing at home. Like I'm not.
Like McDonald's says.
Exactly.
You don't want to be
like,
insulted. Go see Sesame Street
basically,
live.
or
That's
go
it.
put on Yanni special or something. I don't know. Kenny G.
And Jen, you're gonna have to deal with people saying you offended them
Most
or
li-
they didn't like such and such. So be prepared, but don't
Deal
be
with that
scared.
in my spin class all the time.
Oh, she's well prepared.
I get cut apart.
Really?
Shut
You
'em up.
spin
I
class?
didn't
It's
like
been-
that song.
What?
Your headband doesn't match your shirt today. You look a little tired. The playlist yesterday was better than today.
That's ridiculous.
In
I
spin
don't-
class.
I wouldn't want to go through. I'd be like, well, you know what? Do it your fucking self.
I look nice, so people think they can get away with it. But over the years, I've gotten meaner.
Good.
And I start
gotta
the
have
class now
balance.
with, we have 2 choices today.
Mm-hmm.
We sit, we do the ride, and we don't talk, or we get the fuck out.
Basically, I get paid either
Any
way.
problems?
Suck my dick.
Any
Like
problems?
that's what I did.
I have
No
an-
problems.
like I said, there's certain jobs I definitely could have, especially that. You know, like, so what kind of wait, they don't like the music you play? Like what are they trying to hear while they're spinning class? Like I usually, like when I'm working now, like I got on Slayer, you know, Metallica, Lamb of God, you know, I want to get into it. You know, I'm not trying to listen to Duncan Sheik. You
I know
know?
what you're doing.
Cannot please 30 people in one room. Someone's always going to say,
There's always going to be one. I
I
know.
didn't like that song, but I didn't really want to do a hill there, you know, and I think you should be wearing all black and don't wear this
There's this thing called there's this thing called headphones that it can put
and
in
a
their phone.
treadmill outside.
Exactly.
You are the teacher.
You know? That's ridiculous.
Spin class. Do you put that on resume?
I should come over there. I should come over there
As
and
I'm
visit.
interviewing for a director of marketing job at an agency, spin instructor.
Aaron just said he should come over and visit.
Yeah, I should go there
Yeah.
and visit. You know.
With
That'd
my
be a good
spin
place.
class.
You could be
Why
like the
not?
motivational.
I ain't got shit. Oh,
You could teach. You could be a guest teacher.
oh yeah. I'm
They
gonna
do
come.
that?
I'm gonna come hooded. I'm gonna come with a wife beater, fucking do rag, flip flops. All right.
And for the next song, we have celebrity spin instructor
Can we play Tell Us What the Fuck You? We're
all the
playing
way from
Tupac.
Washington Heights, and we'll throw you on the bike.
You know.
I love that.
Oh man.
I'd love to see Aaron as a guest.
Can I introduce you like that
That'd
from
be-
Washington
That'd be
Heights, right?
really good.
Why not? I would.
And you got to come in
Guest
and
spin.
guest
Smith.
Right.
guest comedy spin instructor all the way from, and you know, make a ridiculous place, and you're going to come in the room in the trashiest, dirtiest outfit
You just said the
possible. Even worse.
I could do that.
Why? Because Equinox is so pristine, right? It's like
Oh, I teach
crystal
at New York
clear.
Sports, so we
Oh,
really.
oh.
Yeah, if it was Equinox, the wife beater would be enough.
Oh, I
but
see.
New York Sports, we really got to go to the bottom.
Is that what?
All
that
right.
is?
You just let me know. I won't shower the day before.
Try 4 days. Try,
Oh
go
my
back
God.
4 days.
You say New York Sports
That's a
isn't going to
bit
be
much.
sponsoring this
That's,
show.
I'm gonna be. I'll be nice and ripe then. Jesus Christ.
Oh my God! I used to do Bally's. That was the worst.
Me too,
I went
used
to Bally's.
Are you my the picture was a mugshot. That's your to get in.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
When I worked out at Bally's, I couldn't afford New York Sports back then, and you had to check out the smaller weights. I'm like, can I have the 2-pound weights and the 8-pound weights? She's like, the 2-pound weights were stolen.
Oh my God! Yeah, I would do bicep curls with my back to the wall so I didn't get shanked at Bally's.
That sounds intense, bro.
I was a member of
Bally's.
Bally's.
The weights
Are there
were
any more
still-
Bally's left? There's in New York, right on 32nd.
There's
I
like
think.
one or two. No, that became Tap Out Fitness, and now it's in New York Sports.
Tap Out. I'd never even heard of them.
If they don't
Is
exist,
that like that UFC thing? It's you know where they're like, because I know that if it's a UFC or WWE, they sponsor with Tap Out. They got the clothes and all that shit. I don't know.
No, Equinox really owns the world now.
Yeah, they're everywhere. They're everywhere.
It's like Starbucks.
No.
Chase.
Yeah.
If you
Disney owns the world.
Yes.
Disney owns pretty much everything.
And Amazon owns them.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll let
That's
you
about
guys
right.
in on a secret, although it's the people listening. If you go to Disney World, because they're so expensive, and you drop your food or you say that you dropped your food, they will replace it for free.
Really?
So
I'll do that. I'll do that every 5
it's like
minutes.
$20,000 for one.
You know?
Save a lot of money there.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's go on a trip. It's free
Shoot.
food.
just get
Free food
one
in
plate
Disney.
and just drop it at certain spots. You know, every 5 minutes.
That's exactly what I did. I swear to God.
Bring your family.
That's smart.
When I was showing a friend of mine how you do it, and like I put like honey mustard on my shirt, I'm like, my child dropped his food, so can I get another one? And they're like, here you go. So we must have gone through at least $100 worth of food that day.
That's
because
what's
they
up.
can't question it. They cannot question
Yeah,
replacing
because
it.
more than likely they know you're full of shit, so they're gonna
Probably.
do it anyway.
Yeah.
You're gonna give it to you anyway, so that's
Yep.
fine. Nothing wrong with that.
So Disney, they own everything.
Pretty
but-
much. I mean, they just acquired what? 20th Century Fox.
Did they?
Does Amazon own Disney?
They-
No, I'm just saying Amazon
Oh.
is going to own everything.
Eventually, you know.
But Disney, yeah, I think they want to compete with Netflix, so I think that's why they bought.
I think they bought-
That's why they
yeah.
bought them. Yeah.
And they're
that's
going to
what-
have streaming now.
Yeah, so I thought they already have Prime Video, which is pretty good because it's most of the videos and most of the movies that come out, I think, do come out there first. Then it's Netflix. I'm not sure about that, but I do own both. I don't pay for both, but I do have some. I do people's passwords. Actually, no. I take that back. I pay for Prime for now, but
I'm doing the free trial.
I'm gonna find a way to get that for free.
Terrarium.
She seems to be like the spokesperson for Terrarium here.
This whole thing is a terrarium.
I'm gonna look that up after the show.
I'll text you the YouTube video how to install it.
Hell yeah!
So you don't know anything about it.
I like free shit.
No. Can we discuss? Just curious, because what is about the dark web? They talk about applications to get on to the dark web.
I can't figure that out.
The only reason,
Terrarium.
The only reason where if you want to get on the dark web is if you're trying to do CD shit, like
hire someone to kill my mother.
Drug dealing?
I'm just curious. I want to see it.
That's what they did with with Bitcoin, right? That's where they got in trouble. The Silk Road guy got in trouble,
I think it was something
doing
like
stuff
that
with Bitcoin, and they were doing hits like hitmen were going on.
Oh
Is that what the dark web is?
It's something in the realm of that, like how can I explain it? To make it's basically like, let's say if you want you can't get certain things on regular internet, that's where you go.
Okay.
So I could hire someone to kill someone.
It's kind of like the black market for the World Wide Web.
I hear that you can get a lot of different types of marijuana, but marijuana is pretty much you can find it anywhere.
Especially now, since it's it's getting legal. We're hoping for New York State. We'll see. I don't really have faith in Cuomo, but
The two places I've lived, Massachusetts and New Jersey, those are the benefits of living in New Jersey, at least.
Right.
It's legal.
You got to be high to live in Jersey. Honestly.
What do you think I am now? It's like
awesome.
Yeah.
But the dark web, they kind of associate it with like pedophilia and stuff like that, as well. But I do know like it's a heavy black market. For like anything from the A to the Z, a
kidney.
But shouldn't that be like against the law if it's stuff that is?
They have things in place where they shut down one thing, but if they shut down one thing, then 5 things grow after that. So there's always something rapid, and there's always there's encryptions and all this other like
so
technical jargon that they do so that they don't get caught.
So you can't get tracked if you're on the dark web. Like if I order,
they do something we call like as a VPN, which is a virtual private network. They could do something like that. This is what I've heard. Like I said, I don't do this shit.
It's like Terrarium.
But
if I hire someone to go kill my mother, I'm not going to get caught.
Why would you say that? Like the views and opinions of Jen Nelson once again do not reflect Aaron Smith Can't Lose or his subsidiaries.
I do think it's cool. Oh, I'm sorry, interrupting.
No, go ahead, Sherry.
I do think
I'm just trying to see what this one is. You gonna be all right?
She's like looking at her phone right now.
We're gonna work on it. We're gonna work with your mom.
Terrarium.
We're gonna work on her.
No, we're not.
She doesn't talk to her mom.
Oh, okay.
So I think it's great that cable, which used to be the big thing, you had to have cable, is more or less gone to the wayside since streaming took over.
I mean, yeah, because cable sucks. I mean, they show movies from like 30 years ago, and then you have like all these reruns. So what am I paying $80 a month for?
Right.
There's another app.
80. That's all you pay. God damn, you got a good deal.
No, yeah, damn right, because I got an antenna and I get TV for free.
Oh.
I got to get on that plan.
There's another app that you can get all the cable channels for.
Really? You got the hookup, huh?
Exactly.
So I've been told.
Yes.
So I've been told.
I tried to cancel my cable.
With that. Yeah, I mean, it's really no
you
point
can't cancel your cable.
Yes, you can. They just don't want you to.
All I was on the phone for an hour fighting with them.
That's it. Yeah, you're not
because they don't want to let you go.
Exactly. They don't want to let you go. That's money.
That's the money out of their pocket. Like all these money, especially Spectrum, they're the worst.
They are. I canceled.
The only reason why I get internet from them because that's the only thing I can get in my area.
That's why I do it.
But they're horrible. Like I get like flashes of like using my internet here and there all the time. I could be on a Jason run and be like killing motherfuckers like motherfucking crazy, and then like I get the spinning thing. I'm like, yo, what is this? What meaning this? What is this? But
I've lost respect for Time Warner because what they were doing, Spectrum, what they were doing was charging customers for high speed when they weren't giving them the
The
high,
high speed, and they got sued for it.
They
Yeah.
owed people
Yeah.
I wish I
money.
jumped on that bandwagon.
Wow.
Yeah,
They've been doing that for a while. Like, I'm finally glad they got caught.
I thought it was just because
I
they
don't know
had
how
a
you catch
basement
somebody
apartment.
like that.
Something like that.
They
right?
owed people money, right?
Yeah, they had to. They had to
Class
end up.
action.
They had to end up giving. Someone sued them, and I think they were about to get kicked out of New York for that because they had to do. They had a certain time to get it together and fix everything. Otherwise, they wouldn't get kicked out. I guess they got fixed because they're still here, but I don't know. Their internet's alright for now.
Yeah, they're horrible.
Yeah, I mean, it's like when AT&T or Verizon's like, oh, you went over the max of your gigs. How do you know? Like, how do I know? They just say that you went over, and then they start charging. I'm like, they must do that for everybody. I would if I had a company. If you can't detect it, it's like, oh, you went over your charges. You got to pay extra. They must make so much money in the extra charges that you can't track.
That's the one good thing about Spectrum. If you have their internet, you can get their cell phone service.
I don't think I would want that.
It's really good. It's $45 a month.
I paid
47
$30 with Cricket, but all right.
It's a good plug. We're plugging there.
Yeah, we're like some sponsors, but anyway,
I
we'll
want Terraria.
cross that bridge when we get there. So we got to wrap it up.
New York Sports will be our sponsor.
And Equinox.
Rallies.
Well, I don't know if
Terrarium.
once I get to Equinox, I don't know if anyway. But anyway, so Jen, where could people contact you online for any shows or anything like that rather?
Spin class.
On Facebook,
Okay,
Jen Nelson. You'll never find me.
awesome.
The feds are going to look for you because of the terrarium.
Yeah,
Terrarium's
they're
gonna be looking for you.
gonna come after my black ass next.
And you've been fired by New York Sports Club.
Basically,
Dude, this just it.
don't come back. Your
boss is on the
your
phone.
checks in the mail.
Class for tomorrow has been canceled.
Right.
You can sleep in.
Shari, same question. Where can the good people catch you at?
On Facebook, Shari Linick, Linick. First name Shari. I have to spell it because there is another Shari Linick with red hair. All she uses is the two N's. It's SHARILINN, but I am only with one N. On Instagram, my handle is Shari Antics, SHARIANNTICS, and feel free to look at it so you can see what comedy shows are coming up and just for good laughs.
Sounds great. Have you ever actually tried to contact her, Shari?
I have, and I know someone who knows her.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
It's a small world, isn't it?
Very, very.
Mr.
Oh, wait, you can also find me on Bumble and Tinder.
Yeah, we're going to talk after
And Terrarium.
Yeah, and Terrarium. Mr. Barba.
Yes, it's Ron Barba, RONBARBA on Facebook and on Instagram. I'll be performing stand-up comedy this Friday at the Broadway Comedy Club, where Aaron and I are going to do a show March 8th. But this Friday I'll be on at 7 o'clock, Broadway Comedy Club, and then I do Truffles Dinner Theater on Saturday nights at the Engine Room on 45th and 8th. Truffles Dinner Theater.
Yes, sir. And ladies and gentlemen, you can always catch me on Instagram, The Aaron Smith, Facebook, One Funny MF, and always every Wednesday night here on the FLO Empire Network. I like to thank Jen Nelson. I like to thank Shari. I forgot your last name. Linick. And I like to thank Mr. Ron Barber. Thank you guys for coming in. You're all welcome to come anytime you like. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Good night. I will see you next week.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you, Karen.